3.
Hi, and welcome back to the D20 Misfits. I'm Arian, aka Amari, and today we are inviting you to join us on our travels as we move on to our next adventure. So grab a drink, grab some snacks, and sit back, relax, and enjoy.
And welcome back. So last we left off, the party, after doing a little bout with Lumilla and persuaded through various means of getting her, of letting them go, saying Strahd's more important. You should be worried about Strahd. You're one of the brides. You should give him more attention. Become the favorite, which she agreed to. Letting you guys go as she distracted Strahd, or at least went up to the Abbey to make sure he didn't come down. One of the two. As you guys left the city of Krezix and ventured through the wood, through the roads, I believe one of you sent a message to Navera sending to Megas. Said to come back to Von Richten's tower. There he would meet you and transport or leave means of transportation to his mansion. And as came through, gave Navera specific instructions on how to complete the circle. As everyone was in, she asked if you were ready, and then finished drawing it, and you guys were teleported into the mansion that calls home to Megas. As you bring Tatiana aside, and ask for reprieve in a shelter for her while you guys figure out your next move. You guys did talk about going to Zelinka Pass and going up towards the Ember Temple. Megas with some type of knowledge to it, saying there should be an old outpost that Ardenvoss put there to protect. Huh? To protect the Ember Temple from evil hands. But it is a very high, cold environment. Some of you are not dressed or have the conditioning for up on the mountain type climate. So you guys have been thinking about possible places to go. Valaki's the only major city there that would have the means or supplies there, but you do know the city is half in ruin. And talking more on what is to become, the night is, we'll say the rest of the night is yours to do what you want. So with the night left, where the day goes by, it is, I would say, roughly, you guys did spend a night, it went into early dawn. 11 takes about an hour. We're looking at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, from where you guys are at, it will roughly take you a half an hour to get to Valaki, so you can do it within the day.
But we're still in normal night.
No. The fight was gone.
Yeah, I know.
The rest of the night is yours. The rest of the day is yours. It is about 2 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay. My question is are we skipping past the night night that we had.
It's still the day.
So we haven't went into the night yet.
No.
Because I thought last week I
No.
went upstairs.
No, you just stormed off all pissed.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It was still a day because you guys spent the day. You guys went into early dawn. You guys slept, which brought you to like 11 o'clock. By the time you got to the tower to teleport into the mansion, got you to about 3 o'clock. So it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You have the rest of the day to either go get supplies, talk amongst yourself. What do you guys want to do?
So would we be able to go get supplies and then come back, or would we?
It takes about a half hour.
Okay.
A half hour to 45 minutes to get there. To get to Vallaki and come back. So what y'all do?
Are y'all still together before?
Other in the main hall, or not the study, everybody's there besides you, besides Noella, because she stormed off.
Well, that's right.
And you guys were drinking.
Well, that's right. Back to drinking because I drank myself sober.
I never stormed off. I walked upstairs.
And
That's
once,
all that I did.
no, she
We
walked
got
up,
the
saw the
instant replay.
room, twisted the
This
ring,
camera's showing.
went back and got Sibinak and said, "There's something you gotta say, oh my god," and took him
Yes.
up to the room so they could see that.
Yes.
Look what I can do.
Last thing I remember is you asked if you could spend the night.
Yes. That's yeah.
But you never asked me to go all the way to bed.
No, I didn't. I asked if I could spend the night in the room with you.
And the reason I think you stormed off is because you said, I'm walking off, is that okay with you? And
She's walking away from sunshine.
After you just got the whole spiel.
Because when she walked upstairs, she went to her room was still set to
Yeah,
Noella's
Idea of what I thought Avella's.
thing was. And that's when I remember because your ring beeped and you twisted it, and you immediately remembered everything that was there and saw your most promised memory that you gave up of that time.
And then.
And you remember it until next dawn.
Right.
You remember.
And I was upset. I went back downstairs to get Sibinak.
He said he wants to show you something. Yeah, that's where we're at.
Alright. That's what I was asking earlier.
Very good. So it's still the day.
I didn't know. At that time last week, I didn't know what time of day it was. I thought it was night.
So pretty much the standard would be me and you getting ready to drink again, and Noella goes by, "Hey, Sibinak, can you come stay with me tonight?" We're just like,
It was definitely.
"Take a shot, you've had that before."
It was definitely
Wait, have it.
more along the lines of like
I have.
almost hysterics.
Are you drinking with us?
Yes.
It was like,
I've been drinking with you guys.
hey, we're sleeping in the room tonight, and we're upstairs for that. I'm sure you know.
What are you gonna show him? You know what? You know what?
And I'm just looking at you like, oh, I want to stab this man.
Hey, you got some little scars.
I didn't
Opens
say
up one
that.
and
Breathe.
You know what's funny? My arm's a mimic. Rips it off his. That would be interesting.
Don't be a
To make
mimic.
your arm a mimic, it just reattaches and just.
Don't be a mimic.
So, like, real sheepishly, I guess you could say. Like, really, you can clearly tell something's fucking wrong.
Yes, you have to go.
You're gonna be like, hey, would you go upstairs with me for a minute? Go to your room for a minute? Nothing weird, because I know we're probably bound to get some type of joke somewhere. Yes. Trust me, I know.
I don't know how long ago.
I worked it.
Okay.
This is definitely really weird and hard to come up with the words to explain it, but it came up to what I thought was going to be my room. And I was in a hut, like in the wilderness, a place that a goblin would be at. Does that strike anything in you at all?
Seems like, I guess what goblins would say.
So it just doesn't ring a bell of any sort. So, this ring, the ring you both are wearing,
Yeah.
do you remember how you got it?
I don't remember how it got the ring. That's not gone.
They were gifted it, but they don't know why.
No, they know why. You guys were gifted a ring.
Yeah, the trap souls, but we wouldn't know about the twisty twisty.
Yeah.
We knew about the twisty twisty?
You know that it can twist and it can give something that you lost back for the rest of the day.
What about the ring?
Remember how we were told
Found the soul ring?
not completely. As of yet, that is. You remember how we were told that it would give something back that we lost?
Yes.
Figured out what that something is. It was her.
You have to be a little more specific.
Our daughter. If you twist the ring, you'll, for the rest of the day, you'll remember.
So we're bringing back something we lost. Yeah.
Yes. So, I figured it would be something that you would like to do with me. Or something you would like to experience.
Particularly, I'm pretty sure that I have a task to do, and I feel like that would be a distraction.
Excuse my lack of words here, but what? I understand what you mean, yes, but why wouldn't you want to see her again? And feel what we felt when we had her? Is that not something that you wish to do?
Can't quite recollect why I would or wouldn't. But all I know is it's gone, and right now I have something to focus on. Upon completing my task, then we get it back completely, right?
Well, remember, is that the case?
Yep.
I guess, yeah. He only knows how long that's going to be. We have her right now. We have her right here.
It'll be there in more, in a time that isn't more pressing.
Who says we're going to live past tomorrow?
And then I'll be reunited
But
with her at that point.
But Baylor, what's her name?
Okay.
You can literally see the, like, just fucking legit pain in her face. Whenever you say, like, okay.
We need supplies. We have to get to the Ember Temple. That's our next move. I don't have the time right now to daydream. No thanks.
Player to player, I'm guessing that's their peace coping mechanism.
Pretty much.
Uh-huh.
do hope
Like what he's saying,
you.
that's why I was asking if that's like his coping mechanism. He's saying it because of you.
Do hope you are enjoying whatever it is you're seeing.
I enjoy it a hell of a lot more if I had somebody to talk to with it.
We can talk about it while we comprehend what is capable.
You have all the cake. Okay. Alright. Alright. Let's go do the task at hand then.
So well,
I head back downstairs.
if we could do a split kind of thing possibly, because we can't all see what everybody's doing.
Right.
While they went up the stairs, what are you guys doing? Like say they just walked up. That just started happening. They started
That's
walking.
Here, another drink?
Oh, boys.
I'm just kind
Go.
of confused at this point,
You
considering the
maybe
fact
talk with the
I have-
neighbors, or-
I have never been here before. We have just walked into this random dude's house.
So
I'm just kind of trying to take it all in. I'm like, where are we now?
Oh shit, it's not in this
You
one.
look a little inquisitive, Mari. You okay?
I'm just gonna roll
She
with it.
like grabs a
I was like,
drink
I
and
was-
just
Taking everything in.
Okay.
Don't really know what to do.
well. What
You know that person that awkwardly like just sits on the couch at a party and doesn't talk to anybody? Doesn't really know what to do. They're just there.
No, I never paid attention to that person at all.
That's, that's the point.
Where
Do you still have lights
That's
on
what she is right now.
So
I'm pretty sure
you are
the
in
winter
a
years.
Yes, it is.
I just want to know the price.
Would that be a role she's familiar with the term Vegas? So it's like, what's that? Let me explain this to you. She's like, she doesn't know where she is, what's going on, so on and so forth. That's why I'm looking at first. Do you know what a Vegas is? Vegas.
Oh, she would know an arcade user.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, is he in the room with us, or did he go off and do his own thing?
no, he's been in there looking through the books. He gave you guys information about Argynvost, about the Ember Temple that he knows of, all that stuff. And he was just, because he was hitting a pipe.
Mhm.
And he goes, there's pipe there, that's where you guys wanted to go, might go, there's pipe and there's tobacco over there to use. But he's looking through like this heavy tone floating in the air. Just between that and looking at the hearth, his back is completely against you. He's sitting in a high-end chair.
Well, being that he's a magic user,
It's early on
he
in
may
the
or may
drink.
not have books maybe that you need. If you want to go to a room, it has plenty of them. The room itself will just, it will play some familiarity. And you can rest there, mantra, zen, whatever you do, you can go there, you can drink. He has a pipe. If you'd like to get one of his pipes. I don't know that came from, but screw it.
Nope, and I know Noah
You
will.
just hear the Walter laugh in the background, but it's Sabale instead, like, ha ha ha. She's so funny. So it begins. But, even if there's anything inquisitive of, once the party gets back together, whether it's after the rest or anything, we can figure that then. If you need to rest, you need to figure things out that you need to know or question, now would be the time to do what we always say, freedom.
That I know. Holy crap, that
I
is-
myself, while I'm going to drink, as long as I don't get knocked, I'm going to try to locate some spells that are going to help us throughout the temple, possibly to the town of God. Because I'm pretty sure we need to go see Isaac. Whoever that is. And the bluebirds, and she's like deep in thought, like 10 miles there, because she knows the information she talked about, but at the same time, she has no idea what she's talking about, because Habela talked about it, and I'll talk about it.
Whatever she says, who
Now she
burns,
doesn't.
is whenever I'll be walking back into the room,
And that's when she's like,
and I'm gonna look over and go, where are Ravens?
Yeah, that. How do I know about Will Ravens?
It's a long story. I'll tell you tomorrow.
If tomorrow never comes.
That was good, actually.
You're forgetting.
What are you supposed to tell me today? I don't know, I forgot.
But yeah, if there's plenty to do, speak about. And she pulls up her glasses again and just.
As you see me walk past her, you see me messing with the ring. And I'm taking it off.
She's like,
Daria.
She's fucking.
she's like, it takes a sip. She's like, but that's not the. That's not the.
Huh?
4.
Yeah.
But as you see me walking past her, and I say, "Where Ravens?" You see me take the ring off, and I just put it in my bag.
She pulls a familiar thing.
What? I can't take a fucking ring off? Is that gonna upset the fucking Raven Queen?
Yes.
No,
You know,
It's
it's messed
stuck.
up even more.
no. If you remove it, it becomes unentombed.
Okay, then I'm not taking you on.
You notice a familiar thing. She sits at the floor by Yarrick and just starts sitting and babbling. Like a very familiar time she did that with the Sibneck on her back. And just, you ever wonder why they called him Magus? Magus sounds like such a, it's so powerful. And then you have the Ravens, the Who Ravens. Why is it a Who and a Where and a what Ravens?
Doing a shot.
What
Here, Ron,
Ravens?
you haven't
You're
drank
sitting
enough.
at Yerrick's
I'm
feet.
fine.
Yeah.
Yerrick's just gonna be like, and as she's talking, gonna pour a drink into her mouth.
She's just like, oh.
I just feel a good mead.
That's a 3.
She
She's
fucked
one
up
down a
now.
number. She's like,
You're spilling good mead over there. You're drunk.
she slides a little bit down the leg a little bit. She's just like, you got pretty hair. No one ever tell you that. You have beards.
Being clean is part of my culture.
And she just giggles. She's like, you got a really long beard. You could
Glad
probably
no one
hide
wasn't drunk
things
for
in
that
there.
moment.
Oh, take one down, you pass it around.
Magus, you got a chip in the ceiling. Wonder if you got any dip for it.
Dirty told me that. I'm good. Hey, take one down, you pass it
So
around.
just behind you the whole time in the chair. Just,
I guess you got another pipe over there.
everyone just floats.
That's a 1.
Thank you. She's passed out at this point,
I'm
right?
still too fucking sober
She's
for
just
this.
rolled up on the floor now.
She is out.
Yerrick is still too sober for this. 19 plus 5.
This is literally what my parents
Her cloak is just, she's like flailed out and everything. You're just entertained by this. You're like, okay, she just passed out.
Because, oh, cake.
I'm literally just gonna walk into the other room and back and come back.
You go out to get the cake and she's babbling. You missed the
It's
whole
like when
chip
Mary
joke
and
and
Pepper
everything.
just are eating, or they coming across, goes, what are you eating? And they're smoking.
Yeah.
The salted pork is very good. Salted pork.
So yeah.
Kimmy's just getting all pissed off.
You go for cake. She starts the babbling. You come back. She's on the floor asleep at like Yarrick's feet.
Do I need to take her to...
Louder.
She was told this before, says Bri. Everybody else is just like, what are you talking about? How do you
She's on my feet.
Just slide your foot off the back. Real
on your
gently.
foot?
And I wanna
She'd be
be-
more like
at this
this if
point
she
in
would have
time,
went sideways.
I want to be standing over by Ryu, and whatever he says, she's on the floor, this, that, and the other. I'll say, like, under my breath, I'm like, yeah, that's usually what gremlins like to be.
Just how you would pick that up, though.
What's the next
Well, I went
one?
over by him.
That's you seem
How
like a
low did you
shit.
say it?
Yeah, because I was gonna say, like,
Yeah, but remember, I can
Oh,
hear.
yeah. I forgot that you would be there for that, too.
Yeah, I've got a freaking
Then I'm
high.
saying it. I'm just saying, like,
Just
but
say,
it'd
like,
be nonchalantly, though. Instead of being like, yeah, I'm grab it! I was literally like, yeah, that's where gremlins usually like to be.
you just hear me.
Then I kind of look at your, whatever, after I said it, that seemed to be called what I said.
And an unveiled involuntary ship, you just hear a bird. Just under the cloud, the cloak. There's a bird.
Instead of saying "caw," she's going "meow, meow."
He's like spies in disguise. He's like,
Like the confused fly on Family Guy trying to fly out the window. No, down. On the chair left. How many eyes you got?
Windows open.
Almost on the scenes of Harry Potter when Hedwig keeps on, or Ron's bow just keeps on smacking into the freaking
bow.
everything.
Yeah, Errol
Exactly.
just likes to fall right into the
Oh,
wall.
he's still out there.
It's up stronger in here.
What are we doing? Are we going to get supplies? To be honest, I'm too far in the journey.
So we're just chilling here for tonight and going in the morning to get it.
It might be best.
Sounds good.
Especially with that.
The drunken bird.
You just see it hop around under the cloak trying to get out.
Can I kind of like research what maybe I should be wearing? Because I don't know that I would really know.
Well, I mean, the Magus is the one that has the full and big ass tone.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm confused
It was
as hell
just
what
more
that
like-
was.
Question asking, like, would I need to do any rolling or anything? Be like, okay, so if we're going to attempt this, what would, like,
he's already explained that.
okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna need really warm clothes.
High up in the mountains, yes. There's snow up there. And it's high altitude, so it will be cold.
You're going to walk over to the bird that's drunk underneath the cloak. That's trying to get out of the cloak.
Well, it's the cloak
cloak?
around her.
This
The
cloak.
turns in. Well, no, the cloak wouldn't do
The
that.
cloak
It's the bird.
transforms
Yeah.
into the yes.
So it's just hopping
Well, I'm
around.
going to walk over to the hopping around drunk bird. And I'm going to be like,
As it tries to fly, only one wing's working.
I'm thinking the birds from Spyro that go like this
Oh my god.
and hop around.
I'm going to put out, like, the come here bird thing to see if she jumps up to me or not.
That was like the
Makes
perfect
it jump and completely misses.
My
It's
hand's
upside
here.
down and it's like wings
My
like
hand's here, she jumps over here.
Yep.
And I'm going to pick her up. I'm going to kind of, like, coddle her like a baby.
So she's like this baby. You just see the bird
No
go like
more you,
this.
bitch. And then I'm going to walk her over
Blech.
to Sibinak. I'm going to be like, make sure this one doesn't get hurt.
Feather kind of goes like this on your sleeve. Blech. Just staring.
Bird on it!
I just looked down and see. Man. Wait.
She's trying to fly, but can't.
Trying to clean it up.
Her mother bird's trying to feed a young, completely misses.
Yeah.
Deja vu.
I think it only lasts an hour.
Then I'm going to take her and place her on my shoulder. And be like,
I'm hitting
do
the
not-
plate.
Leans against your head.
do not fall. If you go for the ball, make a sound. Hopefully a bird one. And then we're going over to the alcohol
Yep.
with my drunken bird.
I did not have pork.
You don't need it anymore.
Jared looks at his. I'm so glad you don't drink.
I'm just watching everything like,
What would a 10 be?
okay.
Is that like midway there?
What?
Feeling it,
Yeah.
Mr. Krabs.
Can you feel the crabs now, Mr.
It
Ed?
depends. Depends how strong we talking. What are you grabbing for would be the question.
It doesn't matter. Whatever was in front of me. So,
Same
whatever was in front of me is what I was taking a shot of.
thing that me and him have been drinking.
You are buzzed.
I mean, Yeri took 4 bottles and has drank 3 completely already.
Listen, you get any more buzz, you become Mrs. Nesbitt.
Now, for
Still good.
as the day goes on, is there anything else as we set to night or as we set to the next day? Is there anything else that we all need to, you guys all want to do?
I'm just gonna go back up to my room, start making a couple arrows.
If I am still perched on shouldering you, some time is going by.
How long does that last?
About an hour.
About an
How
hour?
long has it been? Because I am standing
Well-
on her shoulders, perched like a bird. She's gonna get stood on the shoulders and knocked over.
Boom, boom.
Like try to hold on steady or something. Whoop.
So she
Just
poofs
just
back,
falls.
and as soon as she poofs, we both just to the ground. As soon as we hit the ground, I'm gonna go, damn it, Novera. I want to go to bed.
Just sitting there.
Yeah,
Arrow my
my
arrows,
world.
making arrows.
Well, I'm going to say, like, before that, before you guys like want to do anything else, I want to know if there is anything else. So, besides you guys going to your rooms to settle down for the rest of the day, to sleep off whatever, and then start anew in the morning, is there anything else, plot, story-wise, you guys want to do?
I'll pop a cork of Lester Restoration, take away the hangover, start looking through books. He said it would help with injuries and stuff like that, and wouldn't it also help with intoxication?
Technically speaking,
Is intoxication an injury, though?
it's
Mental
a
injury.
symptom.
And,
In D&D, it
Magus,
is.
if he knows of any weaknesses as far as just dying to that weakness to come across.
Hindquarters.
As far as the one that calls the mountain home, it's just a big goat. Just don't get caught in the crossfires when it comes down, because it knows that terrain better than you do. Unless you don't want to plummet 400 plus feet to the ground.
Good on that.
But it's not just that you need to worry about.
One thing at a time.
And now we're going to worry about what's in the temple as well.
Well, there are guardians set foot thanks to Argynvost.
Just gonna start looking through books.
Argynvost was an outpost up there. Zulinga Pass has an outpost. It was to protect the Ember Temple before Strahd wanted power. Because they were the first to discover this evil, this unholy place. And then once Strahd came in, literally wiped them out. Because when Strahd started his campaign, Argynvost the Great Dragon pulled everybody back, besides a small handful of troops to protect the outpost. Strahd laid waste. Grabbed his power, and in turn left something there so that nobody could go back to that temple if it wasn't for Strahd. Strahd's the only one who can come and go in that temple. That temple is guarded. Not let alone if Argynvost himself laid trap up there. You're going to get trapped from two fronts. If I know Argynvost, a silver dragon is definitely going to lay traps against evil. According to Strahd's mixture, you might have deactivated it or left him there for his bitter amusement and placed his own on top. It is horrible. I don't even want to think. But I do know the path up there is long, cold. Who knows what lies up there?
Question. The town with the... Again, I was telling this Wendy, she's like, again, looking back through the book she found in her backpack and just flipping through information little by little. And just names, places, and it sticks out the town we're going back to. And I'm just flipping pages right now. Because I have stuff right now. Just
Well, there was a map. There is a map of Barovia. You
When they were
guys
talking
have
about
studied.
who writes it in, but yours gives me an answer. But names, so on and so forth. So she's just kind of like inquisitively. It's like reading a story book, like you said. So it sounds familiar. This town that they're talking about going to, and then she reads about the brothers. How many of you guys have actually gone to that town? Or the law?
You be drunk.
No.
Bless the rest of
Oh, that's right. Right. Shut up. I'm back here. Don't mind me.
Hours pass, and then she drinks and less restoration. Probably.
She might need some more.
She asked, what town in Blocky they plan to go again. Again, this book is like a storybook to her, but she sees the names, the places, da. She said, the brothers, the hunters. Has anyone actually met these people in the park?
We all have.
All they live and all their lives.
What brothers? Except for you.
And her.
And technically Naviga. All they alive.
So the three of us will be.
Probably.
Okay, so just us three.
So question again. All they alive.
After the last incident, I don't know what
Did they have a good reputation for being hunters, or was that just
They had good
to make
reputations.
it up as you go kind of thing? Right? We're good hunters, but we're shite.
They had good reputations for being money-hungry assholes.
I was gonna say cocky flex, but
If you guys don't like them that well, but they're decent hunters, what's to say we couldn't have them come with us while reaping the benefit of killing some guy?
We won't have the money for it.
Who's to say we couldn't lie our way through it with persuasion?
They won't be anything about money. In front of them at the time that you're asking to do it.
I can create illusions.
listen and be careful. Because they got a little pissy from a card game out there.
All I'm asking is if it's possible, even if it's with an illusion, with a promise of money, and you guys don't like them, most of the time doesn't like them.
Really hard to ask, I suppose, if you want to just get down to the point of it.
If this Diagot can be distracted by these hunters.
That could be
Right.
the plot for them, the grand prize, the scout. Maybe we could use that as a bargaining chip.
They get, regardless who kills it, they keep the goat.
We know where it is, they can have it. We just need them to come with us.
And for the hell of it, we'll say, hey, even if they don't get it, we'll give them. We'll give them the kill.
That would be a prize that would go down in history, I'm sure.
The goat guarding beyond the temple.
The spoils of war.
So then she like pulls out a pen, flips through the through the back of the book, and just
Would hurt to ask, maybe they have friends also that would come along.
No, I was literally going to say the spoils of war, and then look at this thing and go, fucking hate this thing.
Well, takes care of that. Now, how is the city?
Destroyed.
Yeah, it's looking a little rough last time.
Do we have allies in the town? You guys. I guess we're now part of the party, so do we have allies in the town?
As far as I know, they're still there.
Yep, he rats.
Well, who are all the allies?
He rats.
What ravens?
Yes.
Is that it? Just the flying people bird?
Who else was there?
I'm trying to think back because that was the. After that, that's where Frank had us all roll.
I mean,
So many people.
Isaac's alive.
I believe Isaac may be alive still.
and if
I
I
believe the kids are alive too.
They are. The brothers did survive, but their mother died.
Mother died, brother survived. Isaac's still there.
fiance, I
And
think.
we
His
saw this
fiance
our
back.
friend Smith.
You brought the kid. You brought the people back to life. That was her. That was no Ellen's doing.
few
And the
people,
Blinsky's.
the maybe a few people to convince if they're on the same path they want to.
If you're talking about fighting type allies, the only people that would remotely be of fighting capable would be Isaac, the Keeper of Feathers. From most of you know that the Walker brothers are literally just bullshitters. They go out, they're either A, in the tavern drinking, and when they want to go out to hunt, they're hunting wolves, and they claim to be werewolves. That's what that being. So, ally, fighting capable, would be Isaac himself, the new burgermeister of the town, until the boys of age.
How strong are the people that we've allied with in the Mafia? This Isaac person.
Alright, instead of making a good cup of tea.
Really?
The persuasion is like keep that Nancy and is like, oh,
You know Isaac to be a little bit more stronger than that when he busted out a fireball out of his hand.
He's pretty good. Pretty good fighting skill. Has a flaming personality too.
so their stories are true.
Yes. The brothers will literally be nothing to us.
They
Though.
don't have to be.
The best that they'll be for.
It's a
If
headache.
they're good at hunting, we can use them for
If they're-
fodder.
Exactly
Even if
what I was
they're
about
not,
to
they
say,
can
big
be
guy.
pawns and distraction for the village. And if someone's willing to help in a town, depending how strong these allies are, you can get two birds with one stone. No offense on the joke for the birds. She looks at Tatiana when saying that.
Together.
That's why she's asking. Because like I said, her book's like a storybook, hearing the towns and all this stuff. Some of the knowledge she spoke of as Navera being that she still had Lavela Null. But it's more or less, she remembers talking about things. She remembers seeing people. But at the same time, some of it seems like story, and some of it seems like just a faded memory. Like she doesn't know if it's truth or not. That's why she's asking. So it's fiction or fact. I mean, do we believe these people capable with the strength they have?
Isaac,
Especially this person who spoke with.
Isaac, yes. The brothers,
Not so much.
they would be good for, as Yurick said, in his brother.
I agree.
And I wouldn't mind.
Listen, you gotta have a few broken eggs. You just hear the background. Not you. Speaking of which, Tyler, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Cool. She's gonna look over at you. Is the bag of holding hidden or not? Because I remember talking about that before.
It should be visible.
Would you mind lending me that bag, sir? I have a really good thing for that, and I need to use that bag, and if we're going to a town, you don't want to have these guys following in a town and just zombies, especially the rotted haghead.
Yeah, what is this idea? Those.
They go in the bag of holding, then they come back, I want to need them, and just like, zap, reanimate, crawl out the bag.
That wouldn't be bad. I doubt
I
that
can
would.
conceal them. It's
No,
a...
talking about
Oh. I mean, if we kill him, I can bring him back.
the goat. I mean, like, making him hold one side of the bag as it's ramming.
I missed part of what he said, because he kind of broke out here and there.
He said he's supposed and he is lending you bag.
Lovely.
Right?
That's what was. That's last.
What? You Metatron? What?
I asked again. Yes.
Right.
You're breaking up a little bit, hon.
Got it.
Bumblebee fix your
What is the idea?
Putting zombies in your bag.
Like I said, do you think I want to walk to Valachian places that don't accept me controlling zombies? If I hide them in the bag of holding, if I'm correct about how the space is in there, no oxygen, so on and so forth, not only can they hide in there, but they don't rot as fast.
What places are you going that's allowing you to walk around with zombies? Controlling them?
I mean, when I need them in a fight, I can just shake them out of the bag and tell them to go. But when I need to hide them, they can go in there. Right now,
It's over to you. I think you.
pretty much, yeah, it's like Pokemon, but D&D versions.
What's in the draw group in the
Listen, it preserves them with the space in there. They won't rot as fast.
It's a bag. How does it?
Don't stick your head in the bag.
It's confusing.
It's not like a regular bag. It literally
Okay.
has no
That's
oxygen.
all I do need to know. It's not a regular bag.
It's a magical bag. It's
Okay,
like a
we'll be
bag with
safer.
space in it. Stars.
With all due respect, how we don't ask you how you change into where? Because it's, there's the special type thing. That's how the bag is.
That's safer. That's safer.
Yeah.
I'm starting
For
to
telling them,
understand this.
Whoever Honseco is, I agree.
What would the word for him be to understand space, like between the bridge and everything?
Bifrost.
No.
Bifrost is just she's trying to say, like, in the bag, it's almost like having infinite space. You can't breathe or anything. There's no oxygen. So I'm trying to figure a way to explain that to him to understand better.
Give me a second.
It's like being underwater.
Except
We
for
know
the
the water.
water.
Where you can't breathe. But there's no water.
It's a vacuum space.
Yeah. So we'll put a pin in that and see what he can answer.
I said yes. Okay.
If that's the case,
Either way, it's still not
then he wants to know what I'm gonna do. Watch this, and she just goes, takes the bag, shakes all the stuff out of it. So I think last time he said there's like pikes and stuff in it. So you're just gonna hear see all weapons
Yeah,
fall
there's.
out.
Yeah,
Put it in the
like,
bag. Wouldn't it just go?
let's see, what's the pack's name?
And put the goat in the bag. Wouldn't it just go?
We got daggers, some
Yeah.
daggers, beer.
Either kill it or
Oh, so broken beer bottles on the floor now.
I think there's a Yeti in
Okay.
there.
It's dead now. It's been in there for how long? No oxygen.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, from we were in Icewind Dip. Oh,
There's a Yeti in it. I
He's
might
had a
switch that one out for that haghead one. I got a new friend. It's preserved too.
I think there was.
Wait a minute. You
Wait, was there a spell book in there too I gave you?
Walk it.
Yeah, believe it or not, I tried our chest. Let's look at the character sheet because let's go. It's like,
I can't do this.
Wonder if you
it's a Yeti. It's not the.
It's not a Wookiee.
It's not Chewbacca.
I can't do Chewbacca. So, yeah, that's all on the ground. If there's a Yeti, though, I am swapping that out for the melted haghead looking thing.
Yeah, I do
Oh,
believe,
God.
if I remember correctly.
It was a small Yeti.
That's
No,
right.
we didn't kill the small Yeti. We killed the one bigger Yeti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
not
bigger
a
Yeti.
Yeah, it's
like,
adult Yeti head.
life the party, come with my
That'd be cool.
bag and put the time. What's in on that?
Just the head, or is
Yeah,
it the whole
because-
thing?
Yeah, because Pork Chop was with the. That was when
No.
Pork Chop got transported. This
Okay,
before you
so
showed
then
up.
yeah, she would say that.
And Abel,
You know.
or in
Belmont.
Yeah.
Belmont, I think.
decided, hey, let's go ape shit and just decapitate the head on this sumbitch.
She could have kept
Whose
the
one was
body.
that idea?
I could have had a Yeti.
Or Belmont.
Listen, people have Yetis to drink at it. I had a Yeti to kill it.
Ha! Ha!
Which one cute?
Anyway,
Oh, that could be a good intimidation tactic with the goat.
I mean, technically, all I have to do is pull out and make that.
if you know what a Yeti is.
Hey, look, giant head.
Giant head on a tiny zombie body. That's gonna look.
And I can animate that head while I hold it. It's an intimidation check. Just like starts to like.
Growl and snore.
So, daggers, broken beer bottles, sorry,
Staff.
I didn't know those. So she's gonna kind of like put it on the side like this and slowly drag Carmine through it. Okay. Carmine's in it, and the hag body's in it, and then she's gonna go like this, shake it up a little bit, and I'll take that head. Listen, it looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun with that.
A leather-bound spell book
Yep.
that contains a selective things of spells.
And what's that? Is that your diary?
Nope.
Abel, is that your diary?
It's, no. Mine's more.
Is that potion still in there?
Yep.
So the potion's there.
Yep.
A potion of clear liquid and a leather-bound book, which you will recognize. Being a wizard, this is a grimoire.
Who's grimoire?
Oh, cool. That's what it looks like.
Cool. Someone said
Falcon
Falcon.
punch. I've always said, oh!
I said Falcon. Don't you bring any other heroes from some other world my way?
They were from a fallen combat of a person that's existed and has been done for being pulled into Smallville. Fixing the bird. That's Raven from Wolverine. I think the name of the person is Aspen or Extra Solar.
Opening in the ciphers.
No fucking man at all.
Just gonna slide the bag over a little bit. Slowly opening the book.
No.
You get a necklace all over again.
Give me an Arcana check.
Can do. I don't think I'm
Was it whenever you punched your book in the face?
Yes, it is. How'd you know?
It has a gift warning attached to a fireball in every spell.
23. Sorry, I mean.
Going through it, you almost see, like, you can see the arcane equations, the geometric symbols that are all there, and you can decipher the spells that are contained within this book as an altered self, cloud of daggers, comprehend languages, detect magic, expeditious retreat, scorching ray, shield, suggestion, and floating disc, tensor's floating disc.
Am I able to add that to my...
To copy spells takes 100 gold's worth of ink and paper. To copy a spell.
We're gonna have to go to town and get you some,
Unless it's a necromantic spell, then the cost is at half.
So we got the grimoire.
There is a clear liquid. There is a clear liquid bottle, or a bottle that contains a clear liquid that you don't know what it is.
What do I need to use? Oh wait. Identify.
Correct. You cast it. You have a pearl for it? I believe it's a pearl
something like that.
for an identifier.
That's alright. I'll apply it somehow.
Let me see.
Didn't you, if you pull it with his group, but you've already identified it before?
No, they never did.
Do you have identified it before?
No, but I know who does. Hey, Mangus.
I could have just asked him that, you do.
I believe did he give you anything?
He gave me it down there for this roll.
Gave you time for that.
I wasn't going to ask him for another item just yet. I was going to wait.
You. That's you, not me.
Yes,
Hey, Mangus.
Greedy. Humans.
Any idea what?
Bitch, you're stealing everything out of Aworth's bag.
It's all right there. It's a grimoire. Who else is gonna use
Took
it?
his bag, he took his fucking book.
He said I can use it.
Beer.
Well, it is on the floor. He can have it.
Any idea what this might be?
Takes it, looks at it, and you just see him
I know.
It's on the floor.
kind of reach into his pocket. You see him pull out a little pearl. He just, oh, that's what. Interesting. That might come in handy. That is when you drink it, you become invisible.
Question of invisibility.
That's what it looks to me.
You're swirling it. You're looking at me. You're thinking, I'm going to keep this. Then keep the bottle.
Well, I'm trying to think who could use this to sneak
You
around.
can't give it to your clinky clanky. You're
This
still
is true.
going to hear an invisible clink clank clink clank. It's going to sound like distance, but you close your eyes here. Just close your eyes and use your imagination. You can hear where it's coming from. The call's coming from inside the house.
You are on another level.
These two already said the clinky clanky, even when still, even in darkness. I don't remember how to know. I remember that. I did do that.
Yeah, we have.
So
Little
I
brother
can
Al
cast
running with
greater
us.
invisibility. I can use invisibility, and I'm really sneaky. If you want the vial, keep it. If you feel like you need to be sneaky, 0010 or something, you know, whatever is the spy in this universe.
You know, Abel can have it back.
Well,
Yeah,
Abel
that's
can
true.
have it back.
Because there's only two of us that can sneak around, and that's me and Avon.
Hi, invisibility, greater invisibility.
No, like,
Well, you already have.
like, I can't waste my
Capable of sneaking as well.
That's true.
I'll
Just give it back to the owner.
Avon, hold on to this for now.
Ask. I only took the grimoire as
Because
possible help because I can use it.
Yeah.
And the
fair
bag kind of hides these, and I can use that, whatever that head is, as an intimidation thing. Because you don't want to see me just pull a head out of the bag and make it roar at someone.
Right. Avon, hold on to that potion. We might need it.
So, the copying spells. It says, copying a spell into your spell book involves reproducing the basic form of the spell, then deciphering the unique system of notion used by the wizard who wrote it. You must practice the spell until you understand the sounds or gestures required, then transcribe it into your spell book using your own notations. For each level of the spell, the process takes 2 hours and 50 gold. So depending on what level the spell is, it's 2 hours plus level of the spell plus 50 gold per level.
Now, if all. I almost went. Like, clear DM. If I already have these spells, because they are in my list, I can put them in my spell book. I can't just have spell book, my spell book, and be like, I can double the spells I can have.
You have to put it into your spell book.
Exactly.
Yes.
So if I already know these, I can't double my odds. So she's going to do one of two things. Abel, since I already know these spells, and I'm pretty sure this is from a comrade or friend.
Okay, so for that one, if you want to take your spells and place it onto that book, it's an hour per spell and 10 gold per spell.
That's weird.
Because you already know it, you already know the notation, so you're just recopying, pretty much.
I mean, I could put the spells on that book, and then later on sell it.
And then that book would be like either a backup for you or
And my
whatever.
book goes poof.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
alright.
mean, you could do it that way, and that saves less the time, but
Gemini, can you look at it?
it's 1 hour and 10 gold for each level
Just imagine.
of the copied spell.
I'm just wondering, is everybody sobered up?
I'm right as Rain. I mean, Rain's never right in this place.
Yeah, I think you. Even and you've been drinking for a while, and I don't even think you're drunk yet.
He's keeping himself sober by drinking.
Are we heading in to Rocky tonight? Or have we decided we were waiting till morning?
I thought we were waiting till morning.
We can wait till morning, get
Morning
some
would be
rest.
best.
I can reacclimatize my spells of what I need. You can think of what we need when we get there. We might need just some rest.
Alright. I'm gonna tie into my room then.
Well,
So you think-
tomorrow,
I'm gonna go work on some.
what are you going to need? And she kind of like flips over another page, kind of like a shopping list. Whatever the heck we need, so we don't forget nothing unless, crap hits the fan and we're like,
I'm going for something
Well,
in town.
that's a lot you're going to need at least.
I
Like,
can
yeah, as well as quite a
I'm looking for something a little more deadly.
Yeah, I mean, Eivor. I mean, if who knows of Eivor from the past?
April?
Yeah. You? No.
You journeyed with him, didn't you?
That's these two.
no one.
Sibinak and Noella would be you'd be the only one from the previous, from like the one shot and stuff like that from the original team.
No, Noella
Raya
would too.
was-
No, Noella, yeah.
With Eivor?
With Eivor or Noella.
Raya was too.
For the Christmas one shot, no.
No, I came in later.
Eivor got shot in after me. That's when the group shut down.
For the Christmas thing, was Ryo in it?
Huh?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
because I was still.
No, he was
I was still,
Cypress at that
I
time.
was still Sapphiros because we had two druids fighting at that time.
I think the only person that knows the rope
It'd be you. So you know he comes from a cult place.
And me.
Yeah.
Because
You guys know where
I was
he
there.
hails was literally a frozen. Yeah, Noella
Yeah.
was there. So if you guys know that.
I swim down.
I mean, the only people that would know, like, you would know firsthand about what the climate is over there, where Eivor comes from. So,
Eivor House from a comic book.
Believe me,
You give me stuff.
believe me, I would go
I saw coffee too.
and much worse. Well, I don't. Just like the one don't love.
Who's making lattes?
What's coffee?
Something you're gonna want in the
It's a
morning.
privilege. Walking to itself.
I don't know what right here. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying a little bit of wake up juice.
The dragon?
for 1 hour drinking this potion.
No pink whiskers on them, no. Anyway.
So, other than that, though, is there anything else you're looking for? Supply-wise. For all journey. Now would be the time to try to remember his stories. Nothing happened this time.
I'll think,
She knocks on the table.
I'll think on it when you get up in the morning. I'll let you know.
What's on the list so far?
Supply-wise. So we...
Eivor's asking what's on the list.
Nothing's on the list yet. I asked, Ryu.
Climbing gear and winter clothing. Those two.
Climbing gear and winter clothing.
Climbing gear. Sounds... What about kittens?
That's climbing gear.
I got
It's a climbing kit would have
Flowers kit.
Climber's kit would have it. Winter clothes.
Explorers with the kit would have it.
Medical supplies as well as aid and fire. Aid fire is the main weapon. Yes, ideological.
Totally agree, Megatron.
Anything to keep you warm.
Oh, I know what color I'm making the drink.
Yeah, Eric, is there anything you can think of? Have you been around the colder climates?
Yeah, Rick. It's actually a good question. I do agree with what she said, but you seem to be a avid drinker.
Oh my god.
Isn't there-
I thought you said never
An avid drinker. Isn't there a type of drink that will help us stay warm also?
No.
No type
The,
of alcohol.
That gives you a brief warm.
it feels like you're warm, but it actually makes you colder.
Well then, other than
I
what
figured the best person to ask would be you.
So climbing gear, Colt.
Oh,
lying here cold
I don't need to really rest very much, so during my studying between my spells, I can possibly get some more information, even if it remains as
Well,
it
if
is.
you're gonna copy your spells onto into the new book, it's you gotta look at you gotta have to look at your spells.
Yeah.
It's 1 hour and 10 gold for every spell.
Yeah, I know. But I also need 4 hours of my rest so I can relocate my spells. So with that, if they're taking a long rest, that's 8 hours. I'm gonna need 4 hours for that. I can do, depending on how much gold I have, I can do 4 spells into the book. So with that, I have.
But depends what spells you're putting in there. You gotta think about it. It's one level. A 5th level spell is gonna take you 5 hours to put down.
Well, that's what
1
I'm
hour
saying.
per
Even if I
spell.
don't,
Yeah.
I can do 1 spell in the book, do my 4 hours, and then search some books to see if I can find any more information. So while I'm doing that, I'm staying busy, but doing my 4 hours being done in elf, I don't need to sleep. I just have to stay busy, or sleep, or meditate.
The trance puts you into a trance, kind of like how a construct or a warforged
Yeah,
acts.
with my spells.
It's very light activity.
That's when she'll do her relocating spells. After that, she can put one spell in the other book she got. When that's done, depending on whether it's an hour or two, whatever's left, she can look through books, ask Magus questions, talk to Tatiana, whatever. She can do all of that within the 8 hours. They get their rest, as long as there's not disruption.
You just gotta budget how you want to budget.
Yep. That's pretty much my plan. Whatever I can get in the time with that.
Well, it depends how do you want to break that down?
So,
How many hours you want to spend copying a spell over to the new book?
well, she'll try for a second level.
So that's 2 hours and 20 gold. What's 20 gold worth of materials?
Actually, I can't do any of that yet. Not unless someone gives me gold. So, yeah. Until I sell some stuff. So she'll do
It's not the gold, it's the gold's worth of materials you
for the
use.
spell.
Yes. Because you're buying. Okay, so you're buying 10 gold worth of paper and ink to copy into that book. If it's a new spell into your book, you're spending 50 per spell level. So with the 3rd level spell, it's going to take you 150 gold worth of ink and paper.
Question on that. If the book already has paper in it,
2 different things. Because the person who had. Okay,
How much gold you need in total?
I'll put it.
I don't
I'll
think
put
it's
it
actually, he says
as-
it's not gold on me anyway.
Okay, as you were looking, as Navera was looking at the 2 spell books, would you be glancing over it? Would you be around her? No,
she was at my.
okay. Are there any spells there that are the same between the book and what's on your book?
I can't remember anything you told me, so yeah, we'll say maybe.
The reason I'm asking is in your spell book that you have on your thing, not the new one that's there.
You want me to tell you what I have, and you can tell me what I have?
We'll go the opposite route. I'll tell you what there is there. One's altered self.
I don't have that on there yet.
Okay, the other one would be Cloud of Daggers.
That's a cantrip, so no, it isn't, is it?
No.
No, I don't have cloud guidance.
Okay, comprehend languages.
Yes, I do.
Okay. So in comparison, if you're looking to see what's happening, she could point out. We'll just say this for the brevity's sake of it. As you're asking questions about these spell books and stuff like that to Navera, she's looking at both. She has both books side by side. So the spell in the book that was pulled out of the bag for comprehend languages has similar characters, but have two different methods of how it was jotted down.
No, that's not. I wasn't asking as a character. I was asking as a player because if it's a book, wouldn't it already have blank pages in it?
It's two different. Okay.
I get what he's meaning. Cause all
So instead of using,
You can't just rip a page out of that book and put it in there.
Right.
You're transferring onto there. You need that type of material because the book is like, okay, so the spell book is magically crafted when the wizard first takes their powers of
Right.
learning because they are learning. So they are given a blank book that has no pages to it, like a
okay,
binder or a deal.
that's what I was
So
asking.
the pages automatically get magically stitched into the book.
once you're done with that.
Okay,
But it has to be to how the person learned magic. So comprehend languages, even though it's in both of the books, they look very different because this mage who put it in this book used a different shorthand compared to what she used.
gotcha.
She's from a different school. She specializes in a specific school. This person here specializes in a completely different school. So the notations are different.
What
Okay,
else we
that's what I was
different
asking. Why
muscle
I didn't.
language?
You can tell arcane is arcane. You can tell it is a spell just because of the geometric symbols that are there that you have to trace, the hand motions you have to trace. Like, everything's in there. It's like a manual on how to do it. But there are certain notations that you don't understand that you have to decipher using what you already learned through the school. That's the difference because each person has their own different style, kind of like a rogue. That's why it's virtually impossible to copy the hidden can't,
The thieves can't.
thieves can't, or the druids can't because they talk in different languages. They have their own secret language.
Right.
Same thing with the book. That's why they protect their books with the utmost importance because if anybody gets them, they just have to spend hours to try to. Once they decipher and break the code, it's gone. They know every spell you have. Each wizard has their spell book on them and is protected.
And if she obviously is seeing that there's a grimoire there, that means that person.
Because
has a
without-
grimoire.
So listen, without their book, whatever spells they have memorized, meaning so at day, she's reading through her book. And I'll say this because you probably have noticed it when you guys go to rest.
Yes.
That in the morning, because you're probably one of the early ones to wake up along with everybody else, she's already in there reading the book, and you can see her practicing the stuff because she is mentally preparing the spell in her head.
Gotcha.
That's the difference between like a sorcerer can just got you.
Since
They have to memorize the spell for the day to use it.
Once they've
Are you
learned
staying
it,
out of town now, or did you move back to where the airport was?
that's where you're was.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna say where the thing was. If you guys are, I mean, it's a long dining hall table for the study. I mean, the study has a desk and has a long table into it. I would say that when you're pulling out the book, you lay the book down and you're looking there to compare how it's supposed to work.
What? This is going to be really odd. What would curiosity be as a role? Would that be a wisdom or intelligence or?
It's you. What do you say? Are you curious to be? You're curious because you want to look at it. You can look at it whether or not you understand it. It's a completely different thing. Unless you are proficient in arcane.
And if not, she could probably turn away and show him like a simple spell, like if there's candles.
I have no
she could be
proficiency.
like,
If he's not proficient in arcane, he doesn't even know how to cast spells. He can curses.
I have no.
well, if he's looking curious, and while she's like slowly moving.
She can talk to you, but she's going to talk like a mathematician to somebody who doesn't know a damn thing.
No, she's gonna try to dumb it down though.
Same concept. It's the same concept. When you're speaking there about using geometric shapes and this and using this spell for that spell, it's going to be like,
You're speaking Chinese, do you?
right?
Or, you know,
So what she'll actually
because
do.
this will allow me to ask you questions.
Okay.
So before that, she's gonna look up at Eric and as easy as I can say it, as you're seeing her move her hands to do the spells, you see how I'm moving the hands. This is how, one way for me to learn hand movements and gestures. This is how I control. But I also have to know how and when. So you see the candle over there. And she uses control flame to make it jump from one to the unlit and kind of like goes like this. And uses the gestures. Almost like song and dance. You're watching her move her hands almost like a dance.
Gotcha.
What's the best way to put? We'll do that later. Is there anything else for the night part?
Other than that, if he's gonna just sit there, she's pretty much going to pour through this and Megas.
Yeah.
Knowing of your, what's the word for it? Status. It's your status.
Stature?
Like being that he is a magus.
He is an archwizard.
Yes.
Yes.
You
He's an
would
archmage by title.
possibly have a reserve of items, extra, of things to make potions, possibly paper, parchment for. She's asking for things that he may or may not have. Parchment, possibly for.
This is the part where this is like the Avengers. This is like when Tony Stark is talking to Bruce Banner about shop.
Yeah.
So you piqued his interest because it's not one to have either. It's been a long time since he had a student. It's been a long time since he had another magic user, a wizard like him, to know shit, to talk. And goes, if you're looking to do things, I have a apothecary to you. Come to my labs. I will show you anything.
Cheater.
Yeah, anybody else is welcome to come along. I mean, it might be out of your wheelhouse, but
if you do wish
I will show you.
Continue following me, then might get a small thing too. Can you do it?
You see him kind of like almost have a little pep in his step when he's doing it, because he doesn't know he no longer has to be in there. It's yes, you're rekindling a light that he can actually talk to another mage about spells, about how to create shit and stuff like that. This is really peaking to him. So yes, he takes you to the left.
I followed him.
If you're anybody can come there, he's.
She didn't even notice if you were still there. That's why, because she was sitting there and he's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And then speaking to him, she's like, "Hey, come on, Eric."
Well, I've just been watching everybody because I was like,
Well, Sevenak walked off.
okay.
He went upstairs, and I'm just sitting there by the fire, like staring off into the fire.
I was like, because I would know about like barking.
I'm on about it. You can learn anything that's here too.
Are you
I'll help
proficient in arcane?
I see you looking at that.
Because you cast it all through prayer, not through arcane. Totally different spectrum.
That's the sensation. She's like super happy now. See, this is the sad part. I'm gonna say this because we already know how this road's gonna go. She's not just like Bruce Banner. She's also like that happy kid now. She's just like Spider-Man now with talking to her, like Tony Stark.
Yes,
So
because
it's gonna be really sad now too.
knowing somebody who is a high level magic user who literally has a magic mansion at his disposal. This is Stark Industries. This is Tony Stark's tower that he has everything to.
It was more just like because I know of like Arcana stuff. I wanted to look around.
You're
I know
gonna
of
notice.
it.
She's
Not
now holding her
practice.
book like this and skipping along. She's like, it's gonna be fun. She's so happy now.
So as he goes there and he takes you to almost to the top, like the second floor, second to the top floor, and as you guys feel that teleportation boost lift up, there you just see several doors. And I want to say that around the room there's at least 10 different doors in this thing. Each one has its Yes, but they're labeled differently. Like you have experiment, you have apothecary, you have study, you have workshop for like invention workshop. A more or less like just one that just says study
So it's the Wonka factory for mages.
to a degree, but yes. So and he goes there and you see him go into the study. And immediately you open up, there is at least 4 different workbenches. Each one has a project on it. You can see the beakers, you can see herbs match around a metal and a pedestal of, herbs smashed together. You see a cauldron bubbling. You see various degrees of vials in size. Some are filled, some are not filled. You just see all these things. You almost see like a one that's almost suspended on it has a base, but is suspended. And it's just floating there. And you just to see a full laboratory in a prime of hundreds of years, a mad scientist, you can easily put that this thing can build a bomb and nobody would know.
She's just gonna be like, when this is all over, I definitely have to learn from you. She's just like a kid in a candy factory.
If we survive this, and yes, I will gladly show you so many things. But what were you looking for, per se?
I'm trying to figure out what would give me an edge. What would be someone of my standing worth learning, even though anything. And she's like, stops and thinks. I know with the battles to come, learning to make potions of tonics on health would be a start. And I know not how to make health potions. It would be a start, true, but what would you suggest would be something helpful for someone of my caliber to learn? Something to give us an edge.
That's going to take time. I don't think time is what we have at the moment. If you are willing to learn this, then I would say it now being about 4 o'clock to put it around, let's say, midnight. You could learn the start of making health potions, but you're going to need the supplies for it. So there is going to be that.
That'll work. She'll learn how to make. She'll start to learn to make health potions, and kind of like look back and like, does anything you guys need from the Magus? As she like sits down. I'm guessing opening up books at least, or whatever she needs to do.
He kind of just stands back and goes, "Are you all trying to learn something?"
What do you
Maybe
want
more
to
for the
do? Inventions and some tinkering.
Are you trying to learn something?
You're a very knowledge-filled man. You're a very intelligent person.
So I say everybody followed up besides the man?
He's sleeping. He's yawning.
Because he decided to go to bed.
Any more too?
Yep.
Okay, so going up, so you want to learn health potions.
Anything you can teach.
What specific thing would you like to learn?
Truthfully, I can do a lot of healing.
Right.
Can't really do too much asking.
Well, I can't teach you how to do arcane spells. That falls to your prayer. There's a difference between the divine and the arcane.
Understand?
Teaching you a spell is totally different. You would not understand based on the prayers you can say. And it's likewise. yes. I could say a prayer to a god and they're not going to answer me because I don't follow them. So that's what's going to mess. But in case your spells do not or run out and you need other ways of healing, I can teach both of you how to create such a thing. Okay. So we got 2 for healing, 1 for tinkering. I got 3 more people.
This might be more of a like downstairs type thing back in the study. I want to learn more about, because I don't have a god. I just kind of put a prayer out into the universe, hope something happens.
Okay.
So I wanted to learn kind of a little more about the specific gods. And as someone who knows a lot about magic in general, I would assume he would have knowledge about such things.
He would have, he would know, not so much know, but he would have a book on the divine because trying to learn divine magic, it falls in line on 2 different degrees because there is a divination school.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of goes within the same thing, but as far as a god, yes, they are connected in some way, shape, or form. But there is a book on gods that you can perfectly look through.
Mm-hmm.
So he can hand you that. Anything you want to learn, Garrick? Eivor, anything you want to learn too?
Garrett's more curious than wanting to learn.
Okay.
This is new to him.
So you're saying, okay. Is there any particular class you want to sit in?
This way, what all rooms we had? We had the tinkering, we had...
You have tinkering, you have apothecary for healing.
I think Halo will kind of look out like anything natural.
Okay, so you're talking. So okay, so Eivor and Navera and Noella are going to the herbal class. You're not?
I have a possible different idea if it's possible. He has an idea.
Okay.
Ladies, I just came up with another idea. I'm not sure if it's possible, but you know. If there's a possibility in the tinkering room, is it possible to use holy water and make a holy hundred? Holy water, bro. Vampires. No es bueno. Welcome back, man.
She wants to make something go boom. I don't like it where you're
Holy
going
water.
with this.
Think about it. It has. They don't like that. Maybe it has some silver in it. But whenever the rose, you go boom. They don't like either of those. It could be a last ditch thing. Not to mention afterwards, Noella can teach me on the herbal properties of making a health potion.
He is stroking his beard like something that can deal divine damage, but also go boom.
It's like having radiancy in a bottle.
I'm not where she's thinking
I
about
might
this.
have a way of doing that.
I'm liking where she's going with this.
Ooh, this is going to be interesting. So we have herbalism. We have like both. So this is going to be interesting. You're curious and you want to oversee, so
I mean,
you
if
can
it
go
helps,
back and forth.
he's proficient in alchemist supplies, leather workers' tools, and smithing.
I got
I mean,
Smith-
alchemist is what you're looking for.
I picked up an alchemist kit recently as well.
So
And
you can
Simonax got the other tools.
So we got alchemy, we got herbalism, we got tinker.
Simonax not with you right
I
I know. You're in the other room. You fucked off.
So with that, as you kind of like takes you back into the main area, he kind of pulls out a necklace. And it's like an hourglass. You see him go 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll do a couple more times. And you just see him go flicking. All of a sudden, you just see him blur and 4 pop out.
What?
I've got a
Holy shit! Well, those, and they're all talking at the same time in unison. Tinkering this way.
See you guys later.
And you see one kind of raises his hand and goes, alchemy, to the left. And then apothecary, follow me.
But where would I go? Alchemy or tinkering?
You're going to go both.
Oh,
So you're going to do summon there and go.
so what's he gonna do? Like, hold a second, like, put this. There you go.
That's why there's a fourth.
Oh.
Because the fourth one's staying there, and as the one's focusing on the other ones for, like, alchemy, he's going on how to... It's kind of like he's going to blur to the other room with you and teleport you to the other room to go back and forth. Okay, you're learning this, now we're learning this, to make it together. Right.
You're getting yeeted from.
I'm gonna fucking throw up. This is cool.
And if you need extra water, let me know.
I have 5
And
miles
with
still.
that,
And I'm
we're
like
going
3.
to take a break. Okay?
Alright.
We are going to take a break, so guys, we'll just get back in just a moment. We're going to take our little intermission break. Yeah, some of us have to use the facilities. So we'll see you back in just a little bit. All right?
Hi guys, it's Shy from the D20 Misfits. We actually got a sponsor, and it is with Dubby. Dubby is a powdered supplement, dietary for energy. No crash, no jitters. It's the be the better you with it. I'm a haunter. I work in the kitchen, and of course we do our D20 Misfits, our D&D campaign. With that, I'm a big energy drink user, Monsters, NOS, you name it. With this, it's not as super sweet. It's just right. We also get one of these awesome cups. You can get those in there. There is one, I believe it's green. With that purchase, you can actually plant a tree. So I would recommend go ahead and check out the site, w.com, and wenergy.com, my apologies. And with that, give it a browse, peruse. There's many flavors on there. Use the code D20Misfits10.
And welcome back. So, as the night continues and you guys are gathering your tutelage through him. Okay. Noel. Those who are learning apothecary, I would like you to roll me a intelligence check.
Plus 2.
18. Okay. You're the only one for that? I thought there was more. Abler? If you're learning apothecary...
20.
Dirty 20? Okay. So, I will say this. With an 18 and a 20, you guys now have the proficiency in creating health potion.
I believe if I remember correctly from last campaign, it's 100 gold and a certain amount of hours to make what? 5? 4.
25 gold.
To craft.
That's what you said.
Yeah. It's 50 gold worth of materials. and it's a, depending on the roll, it can go up to a 2-day brew because you're brewing a potion of healing. It costs you 50 gold to create the first stage of a healing potion. So a D8 plus 1, I believe. Is what it is. That does give you the proficiency in Healer's Kit, which can be added into your thing. Yeah, the cast greater, superior, or supreme versions of this, it takes a lot of shit. That's a lot. So for greater, it takes 250 gold, and it'll take 100 days to create.
Holy shit. That's just one?
Potion of Healing's 25 gold, 1 day to craft. 2d4 plus 2. Greater is 100, 1 week. Superior is 1,000, 3 weeks. Supreme is 10,000, 1 month.
Damn.
Yep. That is how to create the heal. So the other thing would be to create a health potion takes 1 day to craft it and 25 gold. So that gives you access to the alchemist kit, not the healer's kit. Sorry, or brewing kit, however you want to call it. I think it's an alchemist kit. Both. We'll say both. Herbalist kit. There you go. Herbalist. Bam. It's an herbalist kit. Gives you the means to create the potions, but you would just have to get 25 gold worth of materials to craft. Okay. That's that one. The other shit.
Oh boy. Ladies first.
So, this is gonna be
Make one for everybody.
I need a knowledge check. If there is such a thing.
Intelligence.
No.
Wisdom.
Is there? No, your skills.
There's no knowledge.
There's no knowledge. But intelligence it wasn't.
You've been playing
3.5 too
Trail.
much.
No, I was gonna say you've been playing the Trail too much.
No, 3.5. That's knowledge checks.
Yeah.
Performance? No, that's not. That's crafting.
Crafting would be the performance of it to make
Intelligence
something.
would be the one that starts.
So intelligence as far as learning it.
No, I accidentally hit the button trying to do something and then it just showed up. I'm sorry.
6?
Thank you.
Let's see what the craft was. I had it up.
Is it the thing you were just telling me about?
That one?
Something just about as bad?
The actual one.
Oh, you found the
actual one.
Oh boy,
I found the actual holy hand grenade. And I'm going to hate myself for it. Because it's that's a chemical. Wrong one. Nah, that's Timber's one, actually. Oh, come on. I know you have it in a weird-ass name that I should have just renamed you, but I didn't. That's a new one.
I found it, but I lost it.
I did. I shit you not, I had it, and then I lost it. Because they have it... Okay, Cool. This is going to be interesting because, yes, I will say that you have created one of these ones, and it's going to bite me in the ass for it. Okay. So, in the midst of you doing this, of you creating such a thing, okay, I'm just going to severely hate myself. Taking bits of what you're getting, using, heal or somewhat of knowing apothecary in order to brew how to brew something correctly, and then using it and almost weaponizing it to take something like you kind of, I would say in the midst of this, as like, say, like with Noella, like brewing, with Noella and Abel brewing such a thing, you kind of go to Noella about, learning about the gist of, like, the nature of, like, a heal spell and how it affects with the potion that he's making as it's brewing. She's kind of giving you, like, the gist of how the spell works, how it amplifies, how you feel the sense of warmth and stuff flowing through you, and you're kind of like, okay, I can see that. And
Wouldn't I know that as well using my Queen's Race to heal?
sort of, but it's the opposite of that. To use something like she knows, like a mass cure wounds through the staff, to knowing how it can feel and how that positive energy flow out, and be able to take it and turning it into some type of weapon. So you see him, he kind of pulls like this old tome out and just dust filled as he's doing. He's searching. Son of a bitch, he made one. Aldrin made one. Never fully was made. Like an incompleted blueprint, and he's just going through it, and he's kind of showing you how he's taking this flask, and at the same time, like, he goes from the apothecary point of brewing and how to make a potion of healing to going to the tinker aspect of it and making some type of device that will, a button, that when you do it, it's like an aerosol explosion that immediately breaks. So taking aspects of like how alchemist fire is made through alchemy and stuff like that, and using it and warping and going through the blueprints and just taking, you just see him almost like how Constantine is making the holy gun. You see him just, he has the book and he's just going, okay, that goes there, okay, that maybe goes there. He's just taking different blueprints and just putting together, and he goes, you fit in, he just clicks it one time and you just see, oh shit. He just like so he just like puts it down and rests on the table, and you just see the dull light just start to go down to it's like this gold liquid, but it's stationary. It's solid yet a liquid at the same time. Okay. Be very gentle. Be very gentle.
If we're going to put that anything, the bag of holding might be the better spot for that.
Yeah, close around with the zombies in the enemy.
So, in your inventory, you can add Aldrin's Holy Grenade.
Holy shit.
It's an action. This grenade can be activated with a press of a button thrown up to 30 feet. Once grenade lands, it explodes with holy light, healing everything within a 30-foot radius. You can heal.
But on the opposite side?
Does it do it?
I haven't figured out how to damage it.
Okay.
You figured how to weaponize it to heal people, not to hurt.
Ah.
That's when she's gonna be like, maybe but not that. I wish this does healing.
if there's a way to...
Maybe to use it as a necrotic to put your now you're getting the now your gears are turning about you made something like this that can heal somebody in a 30-foot radius as a last ditch effort. Like you guys make one beforehand. You guys are trying to go and you go poof, you're like oh! You guys are checking yourself and there's no like fragmentations, nobody's hurt,
It's
everybody
almost
feels
from working. They're like, oh, feel better.
So why don't you heal all the way then?
right. So it does a mass cure wounds, which is a 48 plus 10. So you throw it, you can throw it 30 feet in a 30-foot radius. Anybody within that 30-foot radius will get healed.
So while I'm over there tinkering with stuff, boom.
It's like you guys accidentally set one off making one before, and you're like,
shit.
I'm not dead.
I'm not dead. What the hell?
Derek's not there.
So now I'm like,
That's
Same thing when you guys when you're going back and forth and you're in that thing and it goes poof, like the whole thing shakes a little bit and you're like shit, burp, stay. You kind of like have to hold the shit together and make sure like nothing spills. You're like okay.
It's like a blood
That's what I'm
change,
sitting
but
there,
instead
Eric.
the person just turns black.
That's I'm like in the middle of forging something and he would pull out the bar out and it just goes.
Look, I've been a fail.
I
But
can
guess
make
what?
I can make a joke. I'm not going to make a joke.
But that
That
is
was weird.
her word of choice. If this will heal, it's.
I wonder if there's a way to make something old to tinkle with it further. This would come in handy. To have one that heals. To have one as a bane to straw at all his lives. Something that will even weaken wound.
Can we put holy water in?
Holy finger.
That's what he's trying.
Heal.
I don't think Doug would like that one too much.
That's a different aspect.
Because vampires, if I
What,
remember
like a holy
correctly,
water?
they don't like radiancy. Alright, they don't. And it's also.
Yes and no.
And necrotic.
You can see him just pull out this other term about like different things as far as the anatomy because he has fought Strahd before. He's just trying to figure out how the hell he was defeated by a vampire, and through travel, certain things, depending on where they're from, like as an example, the Asimor race can be resistant to necrotic or radiance.
Yep.
They can be resistant, so naturally I would assume that undead would have a resistance to such things too, at least the higher tier versions of these things. So it is possible that Strahd might have a resistance to radiant or necrotic.
If only we knew someone that knew Strahd on the other side, that would be a convenience. But that would take a lot of torch and time.
Time that we don't have.
Take space it up for a second.
But it would be interesting to find something to wipe that smug look on his face.
As an action, the character makes you say a prayer with his palm, count to 3 before throwing it to a point of 60 feet away. Each creature within 5 feet of that point must make a dexterity saving throw or take 66 radiant damage. Holy hand bomb. There is such a thing.
Pull the pin.
And then you make the holy hand grenade instead of the holy radiant bomb.
5 is completely out of the question.
But like,
Don't even try to get the 6.
oh yeah.
Pull the pin, count to 3,
Didn't do
throw it.
anything else but make it tickle him, make it crack him. Hallelujah.
Okay, this one will be a little different.
Please, oh God, whoever hear me whisper into this holy grenade, please make it crack.
Push button.
Hey, catch! Strahd, you ever play catch with your kid? Let's play catch! I always wanted to throw a ball to my father. It's got a south. I don't have one. Says Maria.
Okay, yeah, we're not going to use that one. That one's just death written all over it for me. That one's not.
Was that a whole lot of nope for there, Frank?
Bam. So you accidentally, with an 18, you accidentally made that.
Instead.
Yes.
What is it?
Holy hand bomb?
No, Aldrin, you rolled 24? Oh yeah, so don't worry about Haldrins. That. It's called Holy Hand, or Holy Bomb.
Holy bomb?
Holy Bomb. Each creature within 5 feet of the point must make a dexterity saving throw, or take 3d6 rating.
Committing the Crusades all over again.
Yes, and just give it to my archer.
Undead and fiends have disadvantage on this roll to begin with. Holy Bomb.
Holy bomb.
Be funny if I casted.
Holy bomb.
I must put typed in holy bomb. Good heavens.
Yeah!
Here, you get so many.
I see in a very different kind of heaven.
Huh?
Oh, well
Typed in
played.
holy bomb.
That was
and it
good.
says no results are.
That's some shit, man. That's some shit.
I can find the one, but not the holy bomb, unless you have to add it and I have to refresh.
I just added it, so you probably have to refresh.
Yep, I guess that means we're heading over to the Tinker's room now.
Oh, you just hear from the
Been in the
other.
Tinker ever,
No.
haven't you?
No.
Back and forth, they're going, you guys,
Yeah,
back and forth.
So it's pretty much if I go through the apothecary, it's like I take one step like I'm walking and I'm right behind Noelle or something.
I would say you made one of each, just because you rolled so high. Yeah, like that.
Walks behind Noelle concocting burp, almost drops a health potion. Sorry. The voices.
First two potions.
So, Aldrin's
Different
Holy hand
explosion.
grenade.
Holy Grenade,
And the holy bomb.
and then the Holy Bomb.
All I need is one more bomb and I've got the trifecta.
So, one bomb that will kill anything within 30 feet of it,
It will kill.
and the other one that will damage. Damage anything within 5 feet of it. Is very
So we're going to use it. Be smart about it.
Now, do you have
Open Strahd's mouth, inserts bomb.
a crush?
What's
That's why I want one.
down there like, I'm gonna leave
Especially the
behind.
particular one.
It would be so worth it though.
Yeah, you more than right.
Give him that.
He's giving it all he's got.
Go ahead and roll me a. Go ahead and roll me a intelligence check.
15.
Oh no. To make what you want, absolutely not.
Yeah, well, now I'm not using in this die. I just rolled one.
Don't say that look in your face when I made the accent.
Yeah. she scared the shit out of me. I botched it. $320?
Okay, you know the succession of rolling stuff.
Yeah.
Because you
higher.
failed the first time, the DC goes up.
I know.
I will say that you made arrows.
Right, I'm getting somewhere.
I would say you made arrows that you could that are fastened. And let's say, what was your intention on making?
I had to win around on see what ends up popping up. Like, I want.
Okay, there are three to pick from. There's green, red, and white.
Oh, green.
Okay. I just want to say, what was the intention on making some on this?
I was gonna try. So, I was gonna experiment with
the dagger and the one dagger I had of my short sword.
Okay.
Just to see if I can take them from being something basic to something.
Better.
To abuse something? No, absolutely not.
No. Like forge them into like a different kind of weapon. And
You said your crossbow and your short sword?
I don't have a crossbow, remember?
You said your dagger and short sword.
Yeah.
And they're just mundane.
Yeah.
What else do you have in your possession? Magically.
Argenvoss Blessing and Zero Heart. I have no magical items on me, other than those two.
I have a staff of defense.
Which is turned into your scythe.
Like, when I made this character, I made it with no magical items.
I know, but Strahd itself is hard to have.
Magical items.
Correct.
Like, I didn't even add, like, the basic of things like Mentas short sword.
So Max getting some good rest there.
Right?
You're so quiet.
Like, Whitney, and he's just...
Surprisingly, everything else on the floor, as far as like going up a floor or down a floor, you don't hear this.
What kind of damage are we supposed to do?
I know what you're trying to do, but you have nothing transforming it into it. What's your highest level spell?
My highest level spell?
I'm going to give you a redemption shot. Okay.
She was merely asking because she was going to try to assist.
Well, you're busy making this shit.
Yeah,
You're busy making those.
You're moving at flash speed.
You're catching on a lot more quickly. It's kind of like why he's has more of a shine than trying to teach somebody else how to do something particular.
Yeah, you're a little more... you're a little bit higher up on the food chain than I am right now.
Like I said, Spider-Man, Mr. Stark.
Right. I will. Okay, you said second level spell?
Yep.
Black Widow.
Then I want you. We're gonna see. We're gonna see how this is gonna work. What style are you trying to make? A light, a heavy, or a hand?
Light.
Okay. Now, okay, to make this, what we're going to do is you're going to take your second level spell.
Mm-hmm.
What second level spell is it?
Which one do you want me to pick from?
I'll say this, with the use of your Drake and this, pick an element. That's what I'll say. I'll say pick an element.
Okay, I'll go fire.
Okay. So I want you to roll me a D20.
Alright.
You're going to add 2 to this, and you're going to use I want a performance check, add a +2 to it.
17.
Okay.
Well, of course, that's the 19.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like pork chop earlier.
I will say that because of makes no goddamn difference. What the? Okay. Bam. So what's going to happen is he's taking the components of your dagger and short sword and taking your short bow with it. So all three of those are going to be golden.
Alright. So go ahead and take those out of inventory.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Alright.
Then refresh your thumb. And in your inventory, you would see something.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A dragon wing crossbow.
Let's go.
And it's a crossbow. Ain't that special, buddy.
He's all excited. He's got a new toy.
Oh, for my character's sake, it's...
For you, yes. It just does whatever the cross. So it's a D8 plus a D6 of fire. You can only choose one element on it. That's what was made. So it was made with the intent of fire. So it has a red shine to it, a dull red shine to it.
Sweet.
There you go. Best I'm doing for you. Ain't gonna do shit, but best I'm doing. Story purposes, yes. I get what you're trying to make, so.
I was gonna say, you get where I was going with that.
Yes. Okay. And you can just see, like, after this, in teaching everybody, like, the stuff, the apothecary, I mean, you just, like, seeing this shit. You said alchemy, right? You have alchemy tools on you?
No, but I'm proficient with them. I'm proficient with those, smithing and leatherworking.
So seeing how it is, and roll me a intelligence check.
Well,
Let's see how much you pick up.
Hang on, quick question for you.
He gives him like an alchemist capable of himself up with all kind of hair.
Exactly. Well,
Kind of.
Just got the spots.
to a degree.
17, 16 plus 1.
He turns into a patchy. He's got a patchy of hair here, a patchy of hair.
That's horrible.
I would say with you picking up everything on how stuff is being made, and he's going through different things. Like, for instance, like for the grenade taking aspects of, you see him take a vial, and this vial literally is clear, small vial, round like a ball, but it has the cork on top, and you just see it like there is nothing in this. But to take it and mesh it into the device for what she was making, this vial, you see him kind of, before setting it in, he pops the cork on it. And he goes, "Don't breathe." And one of you, like, slip up on the, and breathe, and you just see immediately, okay, yeah, we'll set that over there, grab a new one. Do not breathe. As you're picking up, goes, that was alchemist fire. So you learn how to make those things, the basic of alchemical things. So toxins, certain things, not certain poisons because you're not with them, but you know that taking a vial and attaching it to something, or to bottle something of this nature, like alchemist fire, is there. As you have the midst of making it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So, quick question, Frank. With me working with him over in the Tinker's shop, will I learn how to use Tinker's tools as well?
To a degree, yes. Enough to become proficient in it, yes. I know in D&D Beyond you can add proficiencies, so you can add, or you already have it, but you can add Alchemist Kit to your inventory, and along with like a vial of Alchemist Fire.
Do not get yourself blown up.
Literally. Because it will happen.
If that happens, we are in trouble.
But yes, at that disposal, yes, you are able to craft the means that you need. Now, on top of that, would you say you are actually sleeping, or are you contemplating? Did you give your ring a twist? Are you playing? No. Okay. So between everything that has been said, I mean, you could see that. What would you say if you're just chilling in your room? Your room is what, the battlefield? Or the
last location was the woods where. What's her name? You fucking forget.
So it'd be the woods where you were found?
Yeah.
So it's like in there as you're just messing around, as you're just contemplating, your ring does go. Immediately, just the flood of memory comes back, and you remember the name. You remember what she looks like. You remember all this. You're like, son of a bitch.
Since we were done with the shit, I was going upstairs to get sleep.
I would say with that happening, and after because you could tell, like, with the Megas just going through and just showing you how to make this stuff, he's like, you see him actually build up a sweat, and he's like, oh, I haven't done this in so long. I am so tired. Oh, I'm gonna go to the rest. That was fun. We'll definitely have to do this again. I love having students. Made my day.
When was the last time you actually got to do something like that, Angus?
Too long. It is. Hopefully that would help you. But I need to rest.
We appreciate it, especially.
I would say with that, and you guys scatter about to the remaining of your nights.
Randomly, for some random ass reasons, I don't have
I will say this though, like as it turns with you guys learning everything, it is a very strenuous thing. It's a very stressful thing because you will literally have to be precise in these alchemical components and tinkering. That if you fuck up, granted yours won't hurt anybody, but you could permanently blind your ass.
Yeah.
So being very
I can hear colors.
Being very, precise on this, it does put a strain on the mind, so most of you guys might have a minor headache of just learning, being around the smells, making stuff. I would say that would constitute your rest as going into it. And as Noella goes up to 7X room and kind of pushes it open, would I assume, with these flooding back to you, that you would be tearful?
That's something to hold back, yeah. With all crashing and kind of just like sitting there with
As Nirala opens the door, what does she say?
So there was like a pained expression, just with my eyes closed, bent over, just like, teeth grit, like,
He's looking like the security guard from Chance of Meatballs. Like, I get back in my
What you will see, Noah, when you go into his room.
Is there a door on this room, or is it just like right here in the fucking room?
See, as you pushed open the door, you see this. You saw what he described.
Well, I opened up the door slow in the first place because if he's asleep, I don't want to just wing the fucking door open. I'm like, bye, fucker! You know, no. So I just pushed the door open.
Good.
Because I was such a cunt. But I pushed the door open real slow. I kind of like peek in. I see him sitting there, and I'm like, okay. Still pissy about something, clearly. So, I just. What's up? You alright?
this is getting too a lot to handle. That, I'm gone, I'm back, I'm gone, say goodbye, return.
I'm guessing must have pushed the brain, huh?
Pulsating, bugging me.
So what did me too. I'm gonna like prepare for join the sergeant. I'm gonna go sit directly beside him. Sorry I said anything about the ring in the first place.
It's fine, it's a constant reminder of yes, I guess, of something.
Was it not good to see her again though?
Can stay away from the pain as long as you don't, twist it, right? But when you bring it back, it brings back the hello and the goodbye. And the hello and goodbye, and death and life. So why would you want to keep hurting yourself?
I honestly don't know how it.
So just let her go, and then there's just this. It's a sick reminder. Torturous.
That's if you look at it that way, yeah. We always have her if we turn the ring. We don't have her physically as of yet.
Had her mentally before the sacrifice was meant to be taken. So, it's like dangled in front of your face and then taken away, and dangled in front of your face and taken away.
It's definitely not fair. At least we know what we're. If we twist the ring, we know what we're fighting for, what we are fighting to get back. If you don't want to twist the ring ever again, we won't. I would like to, personally myself, would like to leave a reminder for at least myself in my notes, something along that line of, certain time the day, me and you will get together and we do this. We'll have her back every day if we do this.
At this point,
51st dating.
I know. At this point, though, you guys are talking about it, and you can hear the.
Uh-oh.
Mommy, Daddy.
So, I think I'm starting to lose my mind.
Are you like sitting on the same bed as him?
Yeah.
Like you guys are just sitting at the edge, right? Are you guys like there?
Yeah, I'm close enough to Simonac to where like
You're nearly on his lap.
I'm
Like hip to
basically
hip?
on his lap, yeah. Hip to hip, knee to knee, tip to tip, everything. Hips and tips.
Oh my.
I'm going to say, as you guys are talking, you don't even recognize, but sitting on your leg and his leg at the exact same time, like as you guys are sitting hip to hip, and like your legs are together, sitting there is a small goblinoid figure. And as you guys kind of feel that presence there, and you feel that tug on your guys' like clothing, you turn to each other and you can each see that side of the mask just fly over your face like it's a part of this ring, and it's making it happen. You look, and there you see her.
Emotional damage
He always
button
does.
today.
He always fucking does.
Oh, I do. I mean, campaign 1, Jesus, I wish we filmed it. My God. My God.
So whenever that happens, I'm gonna reach over and I'm going to grab Simonac's hand. Like the cusp of the finger interlock grab. I didn't forget about the mask, I just didn't put it on recently.
No, it wasn't on you. It
It wasn't?
formed on you.
Oh, okay.
As you guys both turn to look at each other to feel like, what is on our leg that you're looking down. Before you look down, you look at each other, and each side of your guys' face, that mask forms. That pale white half of a mask forms.
Oh, I know you're saying what I'm saying. If this is something that you want to not get with yet, just tell me. But as you can see, she's right here with us.
I'm assuming that like if I reach out, it's like an ether,
Like a spectral type shit. Yeah.
You guys just probably can hand me some enough.
As one outside thing, through this night, as you guys are seeing it, Havela goes and looks at you because you said it's a forest where you were found. Let's play hide and seek. Ready? I'll hide.
I was watching like an ethereal thing, so that blended juicy.
And you can see like the childlike aspect of her come out. And as you guys are just sitting there kind of watching her just run off into this forest, and you can tell she shouldn't be hiding. She might be hiding there, but her ass is set there.
They're never gonna find me.
Or she hides behind a small twig and her ear pops out. Like she's trying to hide, but you know she's not. Like she doesn't fully. It's like she knows the game,
Yeah.
but to be fully in
The
depth
concept of
in it,
The concept of it's there, but she's
she's
not
being
getting
very
it.
childlike about it. Yes. Like when somebody's hiding, you're like.
Like Wyatt. You know, he just every so often he comes out of the hiding spot.
Or he'll go, like, why? We're all he'll go, I'm hiding! Really loud.
Right. But as you guys are reminiscing and seeing that, you know, guys play,
That's
play Go Run and play a game or two, and after like almost to like after a couple hours, I'll say playing. I have to go now. I see you tomorrow.
For me at least.
Papa?
What about you, Dad?
Can we play tomorrow?
I won't carry on and shit. I will try to play
What was that?
So, we will try to play tomorrow.
And immediately when that happens and she starts to fade, quick, you hear the sound of the Raven Queen. Do not forget what you are sacrificing to save. And you guys spend the rest of the remaining hours contemplating if you guys are sharing a room, fine, bedding down. I do want to. I'm interested to see how this works. So I am curious on one thing. After you're scrolling through of deities of the realm, you find one. What do you do
This would be interesting.
as far as communicating to let this deity welcome you to their side, or as a follower? For somebody who is godless, to come on, when you see many paladins and clerics pray or talk in their deities, tenets, and stuff of that nature, how do you make him listen? What do you do?
Well, when we had the discussion with the Raven Queen, we were discussing that there were several gods interested. So I'm going to kind of start flipping through the book with the intention of who is willing to help. Like, who do I think, or who would be most willing to assist? And then the book so I just kind of have the book open and I'm kind of like flipping through it. And then it kind of just falls on his page. So it's kind of in the interest of, I'm like, are you willing to help me, my lord? It's kind of like the direction I'm going to take it is more, are you sending me a message? Are you willing to help me, my lord? Because obviously with the kind of background that I have, I would have a nice respect for, especially with my thing. So I was like, okay, I have a lot of respect for them. I'm going to treat them with a lot of respect. I'd be like, are you willing to assist me, my lord? Are you able to help? And then kind of, I'm not quite sure if it would be like a internal, more like a head telepathic communication, or if it would be kind of like a having the page open, kind of like sends a sign somehow type deal. I wasn't sure necessarily how.
Well, it depends on how you pray to him for help. What would you initially do. You see, it stops on a page, so there's an inkling that there's something there. You could see maybe the picture of a sun, the sunburst symbol.
Mm-hmm.
And it gives a faint glow like he's listening.
Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like bowing my head and being like, "Sir, I am very lost. I am very confused. I have been cast out of my realm. I'm not entirely sure what to do. I'm looking for guidance and assistance. I know we are going against great evil, and I fear he has something to do with my cast out. If you can help me at all, please send me some kind of sign. And I will be devoted to your service." So that's kind of how I'm asking for help.
I would say that as you're doing this, your eyes feel like a burning sensation. As you feel a warmth where it gets equally bright in a room that the hearth, all the candles are giving off a very bright light that is unnatural in its course.
Especially now that it's like kind of dark.
You feel the warmth. You just there. I am one with the light. Some call me a light bringer, others a dawn father. I am one of sun and light. I protect and I heal. Those who fight for the light gain my favor. In a world of darkness that you are trapped in, I can help shed light even though I am weak. In this realm, maybe you can act as mine. Will you heed to my teachings?
That is your word? I will make it so.
I am Pelor, God of the sun, God of light. You will be my crusader of light. Anything you will bring warmth to this cold and desolate place, and shed our lights to banish the darkness. Spread my light, be my beacon, and I will help you. And you can see around your neck, or you have a shield, right? Do you have a shield?
I think she does.
Yes.
I would say as this shield, the coloration, you can see it getting warm, feeling warm.
Yeah, I do have a reliquary as well. I don't know
Your shield in the center of it gets warm, feels hot to the touch, but you can see a etched golden sun, almost like branding itself on the shield. The Willow Crew now becomes a holy symbol of Pelor, as a sign of trust to see what you do from here.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch,
Meanwhile,
I'm gonna do one thing before I leave the tinkering room and Mangus also leaves.
okay.
I'm gonna go up to him and you do not know how big of an honor you just gave with this.
With that, not only given what you were, I know what you were trying to make. I've seen it before.
If you remember the story I told you from the first time we met, what this sickness is.
Join the rank, as it were.
That's where I was getting ready to be here before the attack on our group. Was to join the ranks, and I joined the ranks. It's time to prove my worth. Again,
It's a bright 8-pointed star, which gives that's the holy symbol of the Pelor.
so
Yes. Actually, yes. What Sivanak has is the exact same thing, except that is a relic. Yours is a mimic of it.
Okay.
So it can't do what
it's a mimic.
it can't do what it does. You know what
You said it, Frank.
I know.
As soon as I said
After
it,
this campaign, I'm obsessed with it. I'm gonna get a mythic tattoo on my elbow so I can go.
anyway, I'll get the rest. I extend my hand up to him. Thank you.
No. You do nothing for me. You didn't need me. I just gave you the right of way. But I will do this. You have it in your hand. It's time to make your oath, Ranger. I've been around these ceremonies before. I know how the dragons are supposed to do. So, do you remember your oath?
And I'm sitting there and thinking, and because it's been in a few years.
I'm giving you a chance to create it before I do. Because I already have bits and pieces.
Nice. It's just like, dude, I'm gonna go fucking sleep.
Hurry up. Let's go.
Like, take your shit.
No,
Let's
no,
go.
it was my turn, and you're just
I
like,
know.
oh, hey, by the way.
Well,
Dang it!
Oh, I'll come back. Okay.
Just wanted to do
Do you remember your oath?
parts of it.
We'll make it official.
Got by the wet ends as long as we make it. Whether claw or fang, and we stand together. Individual as one, or individually. We stand for justice and what is right. protect those who cannot and to take away those edge against us. And I go back to thought.
For if not, then we breathe fire unto thee, bathing them in the fires of justice. For we hold the dragon's heart, and now wing, fang, and talon. We are the dragons. Amazing what shit I just come out of my head.
Right.
Now you are a ranger of the drakes, a full drake warden. And I believe you see him just in his thing. He kind of had it all. He kind of had something kept away because he has different things in his tinker's workshop, and just he kind of picks something up and is like dust all flies off and shit. Sorry. And hands you a navy blue and gold cloak with a dragon on the back of it. I had one laying around for some reason. Now I know why. I think I was an under-remembered.
Wouldn't surprise me, especially with Fizbin being around.
It happens. Now you are a drink warden.
Now I'm gonna have some fun with this thing.
Don't know too much.
I want to test a couple things out. I think it's the training grounds.
Just don't blow up any of my stuff.
You just slowly see her through the bushes.
I'm not gonna blow anything up because
I only got one of these things. And I'm not using it on you. Just back for both.
I didn't expect you to.
I will go with that.
Will it be my turn now?
Yes.
Will it be my turn? Thanks.
As going back, and everybody's in their rooms or finishing up their last bit of things. As everybody's scattered to their rooms now, resting there. Your room being the what, cathedral?
I would assume. So where?
Better get.
Okay.
Got one better.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Oh, because my mind just went
Right there,
somewhere.
Peter Griffin laughed.
He's laughing, so it's never good.
As you go back to your room,
Because I technically
It's
at
different.
this point, yeah. Well, I didn't have a room. Technically.
She was calling my last time.
she's first time here. So as you go onto your thing, and go to your, you go to a floor. The floor it stops. You see this room, windows shedding bright light, and a door. It looks to be a fully blossomed oak tree, no leaves, no nothing, just a full tree that just branches out with a couple stars up top. Open it, and there you're at the base of a massive, massive tree on white cobblestones. You see rolling hills and forests. On the top of one hill is a white citadel.
I've seen that before.
I know you have. Actually, there's a fourth wall in this one if you catch it. This giant tree emanating with a whole bunch of light and warmth there. Just feel at home. Almost like how Gondor was originally looked in its white marble.
Yeah, that's
Kind of what you're
where
looking
going with
at
it.
is the white cobblestone and the white cathedral in the back, a castle in a sense. But around you are tiny or houses there, like you're in the center of a city. You just feel at home, and there you look, and this tree shining. You can just hear this voice. And it calls to you and says, be ever vigilant for evil. People are quick to forget the lessons of the past. Help relieve the suffering of the innocent. Deliver the light of the dawn, Father, where darkness dwells, and do so with kindness, compassion, and mercy. He's giving you his commandments. I go by many names. You could call me Dawn Father. Pelor. Some call me the Everlight. It is your choice. Follow my commandments and I will help shed and I will help you shed my light through this dark place and get rid of anything that dwells in evil. We will bathe it with light. A small, very quickly, gnomish girl comes running. You get where I'm going?
He's like, I don't want to get where
Just
you're going with
stops
that.
and just, thank you. Oh, you're new. Hi.
Oh, you're new?
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Pike. Trickfoot. Who are you?
My name is Amanda.
Shut up.
I sense a disturbance in the corner. No.
Did you? We're a Whitestone.
Yeah.
Against the Sun Tree.
Yeah.
Apparently, I guess you're a new follower of Everlight. So, yes. Good. Well, welcome aboard. I don't know where the hell you're from, but I think you need to get back there and kind of like
Just yeeted your ass.
just push you back the tree, and you're just not even thinking. You're just like, huh? Ooh, that was okay.
Confused?
Which is, she has been this entire time.
A little more than normal.
But the massive tree in the center was Whitestone. Shout out the critical role.
I say, shut up.
It popped in my head. I'm sorry.
I mean, it was too good not to do it.
It's too good not to put it in there.
Yeah.
But
Her kind of internal thoughts are, oh, she's adorable. And then,
Yeet!
oh, okay.
Oh, she's
Oh.
adorable. Oh god, she's packing heat.
like how you say pilot.
Yeah.
But your days go through. As night falls there and the dawn rises. You guys wake up, get yourself a sense of, can smell the meats.
I wake up literally once in the next task. his head on his chest, fucking holding on to everything. Not as everything, but
Is your hand up or down?
Hand check.
Keeping it to you right
Roll
now.
for it.
It was up until then.
Up until now.
The G rated is
getting to show me his dexterity.
questionable.
It was G-rated for about 5 seconds.
Okay.
Are you fucking sure about that, lad?
Even that, no.
No. Anyway.
No.
As you guys come down the dining hall, grab breakfast.
Eric's already done it. Eric's been down there all night.
I was about to say, that's pretty much where she's been too, just flipping in her book, catches a little bit of that, starts doing the things she has to do.
Finishing up the spell transfer, as it were. Roll me an Arcana.
No. Looks like
Long rest? Okay.
Oops, I need to change the spell now.
23.
I'll say for the sake of this, he's granted you the materials to copy directly all the materials you need to copy into that list with those good spells are added to your book.
For you mean the ingredients make the grenades again? Or
No,
I was about to say, holy crap.
the spell book transfer.
Okay.
All the materials and ink and paper are needed. You will say he has a big amount of them.
Is he
Over
still
100.
resting, or is he in the area with us?
Oh, he hasn't shown up.
He's dead.
No, because I was about to say, before we all went to, we went down to where we went to.
As you guys, when you guys scattered, he's the first one to leave the house and he was exhausted.
Oh.
We'll say at that point when you came down to the main study, there was a stack of paper and like a big well of ink to transfer everything.
No, I was going to do one better since we already mentioned it's Peter Parker, Thea Stark. Before she leaves, she gets all ooh, and she does that Peter Parker hug and then just runs down the hall to go sit and start flipping through her book. So it's going full on Peter Parker. So
Right,
I'm
yeah.
that, just to conclude it.
I will just say he left like a present down below of paper and ink used to transfer. So whatever that was sent on our chat, you can take those and add it to your spell book, and then you can every long rest that you take, you can flip the repair spells.
Being able to go up.
So.
Okay.
I need to let you around do it again because I did it first. I was like, being able to go up.
And as the early day is upon you, and you eat and you get everything else that you need, you pack up your belongings and you make the journey south. It's not far. A half-hour walk through the hillsides of a mountain. You come across, most of you, I would say with Noella, actually Ryu, with the highest perception, will see this automatically. You see Lake Zarvich, and you know that on the other side of the lake rests the town of Lucky.
Not long now, folks. There's the lake. Walkie's just on the other side.
You see Noella just for the first time in a decent while. She actually has kind of a smile on her face. Somewhat happy, but not, Because, like, shit's about to go down, she knows. But she's smiling. Has no fucking clue why she's in a good mood. But she's in a decent mood for once.
Walks
For the
by.
first time in, like, the last fucking literally 3 months of this campaign, Noelle is actually smiling for once.
Are you walking, like, keeping in tow with her? With, Navera?
Say he's walking beside her.
Just as we pass by Noelle, it's like, someone like
Well, as you get to the edge of the lake, you notice that there are 3 boats there, almost as if they were placed there for a reason. And as you get on the boats, you feel almost right at home. Something you know how to do. Immediately already pushing on there. For the sake of it, just roll me a strength. I just want to know. I want to see how much of the spirit comes.
Alright. Well, I'll laugh at this fucking one.
I know.
16.
16. Easy enough. You get in there and everybody's like figuring, everybody's in there and you just look at them. Just you can instantly, as you're doing this, you're getting that chant going. You can hear the drum beat as you're just.
Alright, so I'm gonna shoot the angel and do we call it roll immediately.
Would we be able to do a roll to see if we can figure out what he's doing, or at least understand just the.
Well, no, I mean with people in the boats and you guys most of you guys know how to paddle on a boat, but whoever's in the boat with Derek, they don't need to rope because he's doing it all.
That's what
Yay!
Just
Whee!
the time and rhythm, and he's even, I would say, I would assume he's mumbling this under his breath. Or are you saying?
Are you singing?
Better. Händer children moder, händisko di kopa, för att faga rör, fara klock med väckingen, standa och fiska, stirra children carry.
As he's just like,
I'll
literally
just
breaking away as hard as he can. Like he's breathing his own weight on the boat.
Kanan, Ugva Manu Kanan.
So while he's doing that, I'm going, woo, yay, it's fun. Are you in the boat with us? You're like, oh,
Meanwhile, Russell's in the other boat just going, God damn it.
Even that, like when you're there and you're just going, usually there's like one fisherman just out there till you just cast his net and he just goes, "Good morning." I guess
I'm just imagining that. So you just
coming down from the mountain, that is rumored that's where the mad mage lives. That motherfucker's mad.
He sees 2 boats coming. He sees this one just. The other one's like, row.
Yeah, little.
How you doing?
No, it's. It's like,
Merrily.
sit back, row faster. Hi, how you doing? God damn it.
Listen, you're just saying row, row, row your boat, and he's just getting ready for war. And he's like singing this big old song. He's just like, it's like, near.
My mother
Told me someday I would buy galleys with good oars, sail to distant shores, stand up on the prow, noble bark I steer, steady course to the havens. Yo many foemen,
The lag.
No, I was just like looking at like looking at your like that big fucking voice.
I'm gonna try something. If he's repeating the song and I can understand it, I'm gonna see if I'm
If you cast it.
sing along. Because this seems like a lot of fun. That would be a performance. 17 plus 3.
Dirty 20.
Here's this one.
Yeah, meanwhile, I'll sit there.
So you just hear us, you just go a little bit sick. Why are we going so fast?
I'm just gonna notice the tune and start humming it.
They're saying. That's awesome.
Playing a game of White Talk here. Wait. Fuck!
Yeah, you guys are getting awake from this boat. The poor fisherman's getting woke.
Yeah, playing a game of Wake Fuck here. Wake Fuck!
As you guys get to the other end and following Ryu's tracking, it's 10 minutes down this thing. Most of you, nobody, Sibinek, would come across this old site of a torn down circus.
I was there.
Oh,
I was there.
Noella was?
Yeah.
So was I.
So that's where I first met. Okay, so that would be
That would
Noella, Sibinek, and Ryan.
No, you were Cypress.
You're Cypress.
Yeah, but
No,
So-
afterwards.
No, he was Cypress because Cypress fucking did the thing, the ice dagger. And
Ryu was never
Zero
there.
threatened to kill.
Yep, the ice dagger, and did a 5-foot thing and hurt everybody
And then you
else.
were there because everybody kept yelling at you about killing us all the time. You're like, I'm sorry guys, I'm gonna F off.
I don't even know if they will around for it.
Nope.
So Sibinek and Noella will come across a familiar sight, or a haunted one, of a torn circus tent, still stained in blood and ash.
What the hell happened here?
It's a very long story.
I'm pretty sure we don't want to hear it right now. Our main focus right now is 60 pound
I can also say it was absolutely not perfect.
We hold on for a second because we did conversate about this. We didn't decide we were bringing Tatiana on this or not.
Oh.
Oh shit.
So
We
they
were
left
going to see
Tatiana.
Tatiana,
No,
so
we
we
said
rewind
she
that
was
for a
staying
second.
there.
We didn't know if we would have her in the care of Isaac, and if Isaac. Well, we can always go back to that after. I can always.
Well, I mean, you asked her before, and she did want to go, so we'll say for the purposes of that, she is with you.
So it's pretty much be on defense.
She is with you going into Palaki. And
We're taking Isaac.
there, coming in, you can see it's still early morning. So it doesn't look like everybody's out in business yet. The last patrolman of guards are coming through. And they're kind of like all stare at you and goes, either A, you've been out all night partying, or not, but I think it's that, or you're just that early. Were you fishing?
Say that.
Oh,
In a
by
way.
the way,
Yeah, it's like
I'm gonna.
throws out his fucking tackle.
I'm gonna reestablish them in the book when we come back, but she's going to, as a safety, at least while we're crossing places, she's using her invisibility on Tatiana, letting her know until we get to where we need to, she wants to kind of keep her safe.
We will go, as you guys go, and you see you throw, catch anything?
Wicked Wittenberg.
Well,
She
that's
called a
odd.
snapper.
It still might be early morning. They might not be out yet. Besides the crazy fuck who thinks they can get them in all the time. Well, I guess you're heading to the inn then. The grand reopening was like yesterday, so you should be fine.
Appreciate it.
And you look at this little square, which you're most familiar with.
Is the drunk in the fucking thing?
Yes.
Oh,
that's-
he is alive.
Yeah, the drunk's alive.
Just
He's
for clarity,
he's in the
these two would
stockade.
notice, does the kid that Havela saved so long ago with that tent running around? Okay, cool.
And it's still there. You can see me just.
Oh.
he's out cold.
Uh,
And there you
There's
go.
some Tootsie Rolls for the kids.
And you can see a newly built Blue Water Inn.
And not thinking, because, you know, Noella, I'm gonna smack Navarra and be like, look, never mind. Sibonite, look. No, wait, I'm gonna hit her and be like, hey, look.
I'm looking.
He won't look.
Before we go to this place you're pointing at, it looks lovely. I think we have two ideas. You know the more than I do. I only have these weird thoughts in my head that I kind of know them, don't know them, the kind of stories. I don't know how I know them. We'll play it like that. It's all I know. You speak with them, and I will attempt to speak with, I'm assuming this Isaac is now the new Burgomaster? God. Yes! Thank you, God.
I will say this.
Your benevolence.
I'm going to say this because this is approaching our time. As you go towards the Blue Water Inn and open the door, you feel as the shutters are all shut. It looks like they forgot to shut the door or lock the door. And as you open it, you see the you see feathers, black feathers, just scatter real quick. And two of a male and female human on top of a darker skinned human, cloaked and at a table discussing something. As you walk in, they stop and stare. To you, the familiar faces of Isaac, Erwin, and Donica.
Just gonna look at it. It's just us.
They look and go.
Just us, no worries.
I just hear the word
It's
of
nice to see you again, too.
Holy shit!
Pick your jaws up off the floor.
It's been a minute. Oh, come in! Kind of like slaps Erwin. Just go get the good stuff. It's Dragon Crush time, man.
Just looking like this, just like.
I'm immediately making
You're-
my way over to
You're
Donica,
taking a drink?
and I'm just embracing her in a hug.
I know you.
Yes!
Bring an
Skill!
Bring an extra tankard.
Is this the ones you're speaking of to trust?
Yes.
Close the door.
Well, as
Are we all
for the sake of
I was just gonna be like, that's the last part.
yes, as you guys shut the door, and in the early morning, see the familiar faces of Isaac, Donica, and Erwin sitting discussing. What are they
Kind of
discussing?
like holding it.
What has happened with everything that has transpired so far? And that we're gonna leave off. So with a heart touch little session there,
Been planning it for a week. Not as much with him, but my side of it, I've been planning it for a week.
Well played.
so with that, we are going to see you guys next time. So from us, the D20 Misfits.
Good
night.